I love it. Thank you, Paige.
You're very welcome. I appreciate it.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. A wing boy, a wing boy, a wing boy, a wing boy, a wing.
A young child's love of The Lion King now comes full circle in life. Dallas native Christin Byrdsong is a member of the traveling company for the national Broadway tour of Disney's The Lion King. And this week he gets to perform in front of a hometown crowd at Bass Performance Hall in Fort Worth. Christin is also a part of the GMT family, and he joins us this morning with a preview of the show. I am thrilled that you're here. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I am so good to have you here. Okay, The Lion King. This is truly one of the most incredible, remarkable productions that's out there. How special is it to be a part of this?
You know, it's a dream come true. I saw the show for the first time when I was 8. We're going to Los Angeles next, and I saw it for the first time there. So
Wow.
It's been a very full circle moment to get to play Simba and be a part of this show and this legacy. I remember seeing it for the first time and just being overwhelmed and saying, I want to do that. So the fact that I get to say now, I made that dream come true is just incredible.
Do you really think that that was one of the moments, that show, that sparked that light?
Actually, I've been performing since I was 3 years old. I come from a family of singers. My mom taught me how to sing when I was very little. My dad, of course, taught me how to use a microphone and work the camera. So it's always been a part of my blood. But that moment in particular was when I said, I want to do this specifically.
That's incredible. That's incredible. You can point to that moment. Okay, you talked about your dad, right?
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of video we want to show right here. This is you. What age? What age are you?
Probably 6 or 7, maybe.
6 or 7. Okay, so your dad is the floor director who's been here for 29 years. He's one of our favorite people in the world. This is you on the GMT set, obviously comfortable with the lights and the microphone. Do you remember this, or do you remember that feeling of being on a stage?
I do. You know, it's never been something that really makes me nervous. I always get nervous right before I go on, but as soon as I'm on, I feel fine.
Isn't that interesting how that happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's channeling something. It's channeling something. What is it that you love about performing? Giving that to the world? Because I know you've toured the world doing this.
I have. I've been blessed to do a lot of things. Euphoria on HBO, another show on Amazon, several shows around the country and around the world. It feels liberating to get to take people away from their problems for just an hour or two, to give people something that excites them and makes them feel good.
Yes.
And especially with the beautiful story of The Lion King, it's really wonderful, especially after the pandemic, to welcome people back to the theater. And as soon as that opening number happens,
I've got to say, I just got the chills when you said that, because that is the power of art, especially live theater, to take someone away just for 2 hours from whatever's going on in their life and just have this collective experience. I want to talk about your role in The Lion King. You get to do a lot, including one really big role, correct?
Yes, I do. I get to, I'm one of the Simba understudies, and I'm also a swing. So a swing essentially means that I cover all of the ensemble tracks, so I have to be ready every day to sing 8 different roles in the show.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get paid 8 times, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Okay, so we mentioned that you're a part of the GMT family. That's because your dad, Larry McGee, is our floor director. Can we take a shot just of the proud father, just a happy and wave? He said this is not about him today. Larry, I do want to ask you real quick, to have a child that's traveling the world, bringing joy and art to people, how does that feel?
Feels real good. We're really proud of Christian. We knew at a young age that he was going to be a star, and as you can see, he turned into a big star.
What age did you know that we've got something going on here?
Probably about 4 years old.
4 years old.
Yes.
And like always, you were right on this. Do you have anything that you want to tell your dad?
Yeah. You know, obviously, I grew up in this studio running around the hallways, and Dad, I wouldn't be here in this position if it weren't for you. Thank you for everything that all of the wisdom that you've given me over the years. Thank you for the energy and belief and support that you've poured into me. I couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you, son.
Oh man, thank you guys. We're gonna let Larry step back into the shadows. He does not like to be on camera, but I know he is one of the proudest dads out there. So that circles me back to performing in your hometown. You had these dreams. People think that they're unattainable, to travel the world, to be a part of a Broadway show. Yeah. You've done that and more, and now you're back home. Is that a special layer?
Yeah, you know, I have always believed that my life isn't my own, that my story is supposed to inspire others. I've had a lot of people in my life tell me that I wouldn't and that I couldn't. And in those times, you kind of have to fake it when you start to believe that for yourself. And so when you tell yourself, oh, I can't do this, you have to stand up and say, no, I can, until you believe it.
So what I'm gonna ask you to do, look straight to camera. I want you to have a message for anybody at home that has that dream. What do they need to know?
You need to know that you can, that there's nothing in this life that can stop you from going after what you want except you, and that there are going to be people who tell you that you can't, and you tell those people that you will anyway. And when you get to a place where you stop trying to prove those people wrong and you start trying to prove yourself right, that's when you know you're on the right path.
Can we get a round of applause from the studio in here? Did anybody else get goosebumps during that? I cannot thank you enough for your time this morning and for your talent in sharing it. I've heard so much about you. Meeting you in person has been a highlight of my year, I've got to say it.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor.
And Breaker, what date will you be playing Simba?
Friday, January 27th.
Okay, thanks for sharing with us, and Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Very good. Disney's The Lion King is on stage at Bass Performance Hall in Fort Worth through January 29th. Tickets are extremely limited because this is an incredible show. The best way to make sure your tickets are real and not overpriced is to go directly to basshall.com instead of a search engine. We're just looking out for you guys. All right, coming up on GN.